To Louisiana now, where a flesh-eating bacteria has now killed a fifth person in the state just this year. The bacteria live in coastal waters and can infect people through open wounds or when a person eats raw or undercooked seafood. And with the number of cases and deaths higher than usual, health officials are warning residents to take precautions. Let's bring in CBS News reporter Kati Weis, who's live for us in New Orleans. Kati, what do we know about this unusual rise in cases so far this year, and how are people really contracting this dangerous bacteria?
Sure, Liz. Good evening. It's really a serious problem here on the Gulf Coast, especially this year more than previous years. So far, the Louisiana Department of Public Health says that there have now been 26 documented cases just this summer here on the Louisiana Gulf Coast, and 5 people have died as a result of this Vibrio bacteria that is known as a flesh-eating bacteria. You can get it more often in the summer months by going into the water with an open wound or a cut, in especially water that may be contaminated with this bacteria. And it happens more often in the summer months because it's warmer and the water has a better opportunity for the bacteria to grow and thrive. You can also, as you mentioned, you can get it by eating raw or undercooked seafood that might be contaminated by the Vibrio bacteria as well. While the majority of the cases here in Louisiana are a result of people going into contaminated water, still we know that 2 people have actually died as a result of eating contaminated seafood. So definitely something to keep an eye out on. Now, people who are immunocompromised really are the most at risk. So if you're taking certain medications that can make you more immunocompromised, if you're undergoing certain treatments, if you have certain diseases like cancer, diabetes, HIV, things of that nature, those are things that you need to be cognizant of, especially during these warmer summer months all the way through to October. Now, also in southern Alabama, so far there have been 10 documented cases, and in Mississippi, 3 documented cases. 1 man has even died there. Our affiliate here in New Orleans, WWL, was able to speak with the man's loved ones. Take a listen to what they had to say.
Along with having fun and fellowship, he also gave back a lot to the community. He was a good Christian and devoted a lot of his life to making our community and the coast a better place to live.
Certainly such a tragedy for all of those people who loved and knew that man. And it's so scary for anybody. I mean, here on the Gulf Coast, we love to go out and be in the water and boat. And so it's definitely concerning to hear that cases are much higher than normal. Again, on average, usually only about 13 cases a year. Liz?
And it's not just the Gulf Coast, Kati, but where we're seeing this problem. What other communities have been impacted?
Absolutely. All the way from down south in Miami and the Keys, all up the eastern coast as far north as Massachusetts. Even some oyster beds have been closed as a result of Vibrio this year. So it's certainly an issue. Here's what an infectious disease doctor from LSU had to say about that.
And it's not just a Gulf coastal phenomenon any longer. Global warming is moving infections with Vibrio vulnificus up the East Coast. Cases are being reported in Connecticut, New York, much less in the Chesapeake Bay.
And some signs and symptoms that you might want to watch out for: watery diarrhea, stomach cramps, nausea, vomiting, and also look for redness and swelling, warmth on your skin if you've been in water that you think might have been contaminated. And again, if you're immunocompromised, be extra careful at least through October, because that's when Vibrio tends to be more prolific. Liz?
Kati Weis, thank you so much.